Let's take a look at adding fractions. Always factor the denominator first. Use every factor only as many times as is necessary. Make one common denominator. That means that you're going to make the bottoms the same. Remember, my adding rules are it must be the same, keep it the same. So for fractions, we want the denominators to be the same, and then that will be the answer, that same denominator in the answer. We're going to need to go back and fix our numerators, combine like terms, and always reduce your answers at the end. So this first step is to factor the denominator. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. And 2 times 8 is 16, which is 2 times 4, which is 2 times 2. 18 is 2 times 9, but 9 is 3 times 3. So what we're going to do first is find what's common in all of these denominators. And when I'm looking common, I'm looking at each of these fractions separately, not within itself, but between the fractions. So it appears that every single denominator has a 2. We'll write that down just once. And then every denominator does not have another 2. And every denominator doesn't have a 3. So now I can look at what some of them have in common. So some of them have another 2 in common. So I'll write that down once. And some of them have a 3 in common. So I'll write that one down once. And then I must also include anything that's not yet taken into consideration. So this 2, and this 3 also have to be part of the denominator. So I first find what's common, write that down, and then I also include anything and everything that has not yet been accounted for. So this is my common denominator. It has 6 factors in it. I must go back to each original fraction and make that denominator the same as this new denominator. So with these 6 factors, let's see, this already has a 2, 2, and 3, which is the first 3 factors. It's missing another 2, 2, and 3. So what I give it in the denominator, I must also give it in the numerator. 2 times 2 times 3, which will also be multiplied to the 7. This denominator has 4 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. What it's missing is both 3's. So I'll put both 3's in the denominator, and then also put both 3's in the numerator. This is what I mean by fix the numerator. We want the bottoms to be the same, the denominators, and we also have to make sure that if we change the denominator, we change the numerator. We fix the numerator. This denominator has 3 factors, 2 3's, and a 2. So what it's missing is 3 of those 2's. So I need to put all 3 of those 2's down here so that this denominator with 6 factors is the exact same as this denominator. What I put in the denominator, I must also put in the numerator. Oops. So now let's see what's in this numerator. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 7 is 84. And then it says to subtract. 3 times 3 is 9, times 5 is 45. And then it says to add. 11 times 2 is 22, times 2 is 44, times 2 is 88. So let's see what this answer is going to be. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, so this pink stuff is 12. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12, so the blue stuff's 12. 12 times 12 is 144. 84, take away 45, and then add 88. So 84 minus 45 is 39. 39 plus 88 is 127. Now remember, all fractions must be reduced in your final answer. So I know the only numbers that go into 144 are 2's and 3's. 127 is not even, so 2 won't go into it. And if we add the digits, 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 7 is 10. Since 3 doesn't go into 10, 3 doesn't go into 127. So this is our final answer.